A very great afternoon, viewer live on West Nile Television. My name is Owen Izaga, and I want to say it's another interesting day. Just 1 minute past that is 2, and a lot of things we looking into how teams are trying to get to how the games are in fact getting interestingly. Now, a cracker was yesterday. With a sensational move by Arsenal Football Club that went, of course, 7 past that. The team of PSV Eindhoven. Now, PSV couldn't really make sure that they get to where they needed to be after they were at home, but Arsenal had to cruise past them by that is 7 goals in there. The captain had a fantastic play and a lot of things that came through. Now, of course, we shall be talking about that later on, but of course, also big clash in the Champions League comes today with the PSG that will be tussling it out against the team of Liverpool Football Club. Of course, Liverpool is also one of the best teams right now in the world. You could talk about and a lot of things that probably are we talking about. But before that, first things first, home is home, and we'll be starting with some more interesting encounters that are going to be happening in the West Nile Regional League with games that were already on, games that were at hand for different teams that have been playing right there, including, of course, the teams that were playing in what is called the Uganda Cup. Round of 16 that came through. So out of that, there were around 3 teams in West Nile region. There's Total Football Club, there was Odramachako Football Club, and Kuluva Rainbow, including, of course, Calvary that also went off. But, of course, in the regional league, there were 3 solid clubs that were moving and pushing very, very well. Out of that, you did see Kuluva hosting their games home here against KCCA. KCCA beat them 2-1. But at the same time, you did see also the team of Calvary traveling all the way. They also couldn't win that game. But for the home side, you did see Team Odramachako going to Kataka, and they also lost that game. And then you also did see team, of course, the team of Total also losing their game. So all those are some of the things that probably went on right there. Now, of course, these teams were to have their games, and out of that, I can confirm to you that Odramachako today will be playing at that is their home ground. This game is going to be against Koboko Rising Stars at Divine Palace. 4 p.m. will be the kickoff time. This is a game at hand that they were supposed to play, so it has been refixtured and that these games have to take place right there. And then you also will be seeing the team of Kuluva traveling all the way from here to the team of they needed to go to play the team of that is Padea Rising, and they are going to Padea's home. So that's also another big game to expect right there. So how interesting that game will be, we shall be waiting to see ahead of the encounter that will be coming up between the same team right there. Now, of course, that's how exactly these teams are going to be doing. But after that, of course, the match day 12 had gone on, where you did see Okolo and Parombo having their game. Nile Hippos and Ovisoni also losing to Nile Hippos. Nyangilia that played against Ottoman. Andruvo that played against Jumani. And that is the match. Kuluva had played by the United. You did see them win. Koboko Rising had played Okokoro United. That game also went on very well. Kochi Aban had to play Odramachako Football Club, and Nebi Central against Padea Rising is now another big game that they played, and Nebi having a very good run. Royalfield had played Alpha Rising, and that game ended, of course, in a very, very good way at Greenlight Stadium. Now, of course, you'll be seeing Araka Total, Barakala, Tipsa. But games coming next, in that is by 7th, today's 5th, we'll have encounter between Ovisoni and Okolo Central. These are 2 struggling sides that will be tussling it out and seeing whether they could be getting the right win margin, because the 2 are not doing well. They're in the red zone, trying to battle out to see how they can get out of the red zone and, of course, achieve whatever they can achieve, courtesy of their effort that we'll be putting in there. But, of course, it's the Regional League, West Nile, of course, affiliated. And this game is going to be on 7th. It's going to be at Izuku this coming Friday. We shall be waiting to see what that means. Then Alpha Rising Stars will be taking on, of course, Rua City Council at Panduru Stadium. That's also another interesting game that you could be expecting. Alpha has gotten to see a lot of things. Alpha is very many call it a Leah Football Club, but they have really has still not changed their name, because the name still in the system or database remains Alpha Rising Stars. That is going to be a very big one, though they have gotten at least 2 seasons in this league, or even more after they shifted from here to that side. I expected them maybe by now. The approvals for change of name should be done, but they haven't done that up to now. So we're expecting to see that these names change soon in case things go well. But up to now, they haven't. Now, because of that, they still remain Alpha Rising Star. But it's going to be a very tight game. Alpha being at Panduru, Arua City have not been good to their names. I can tell you that Arua City, there are a lot of things happening in there. We did see even sponsors or partners who came in there. I remember these partners just came on paper, and not much was added into the team. Yeah, not much. Look at how they brought in others, even printed just these normal kits. I expected them maybe to pay for something bigger. So first round, that's how it ended, and second round, we're yet to see whether they will be putting in a lot of effort. But rumorly, I heard that the club is under tense pressure. Funds are not being released by the city council, and something that puts the club in a very bad way. So we are looking into how does this mean, how does this change, how does this bring looks of things in there, because it's a very tight situation right now to see that teams don't perform. For your team to perform well, of course, you need the cash bit of it. Though it's a regional league, but you still need to motivate these boys to make sure that they achieve whatever you want them to achieve. So if you don't achieve, if you don't get them this through, it will always have that moment. So I can tell you that's the reason why Arua City Football Club is not doing well. I saw one of their players that crossed over, their lead striker. He had to cross over to Ramachako, according to what I saw. And he has been a good goal scorer. Maturity level has been high. His instincts are very high. His ability to score goals has also been very high. He's so well, and that is the criteria used to poach players. So long as you're doing well, trust me, where it takes you, you will always have to be looked for, scouted by different talents such as, and you are going to be taken in there. So that's one reason. Of course, he has gotten himself right there with the team of Ramachako Football Club, but we're yet to see how that works. So with that, I can tell you that there's a lot that we're expecting courtesy of course, the regional league. Now, you look at what exactly also is happening here, and that is the fixture. There's Ottoman that will have to play against the team of Andruvo. And this game is going to be at Boma Grounds. Boma Grounds is in Yumbe. Yumbe's Boma Ground, in fact. It's going to be a tough game between Ottoman and Andruvo. Andruvo has not been also doing all that well, but Ottoman has tried. He is pushing here and there. You don't get surprised if Ottoman wins this game tomorrow, because they're at home and they have been getting the best courtesy of the regional league. So their head-to-head with Andruvo has also not been a bad one. We could be expecting them win in here. Now, Ramachako will also be at, that is Divine Palace against Nyangilia Super Eagles. That has been under the stewardship of Adiga Morris. I'm told that Adiga has left that place. I'm yet to find out more about him, but whether it's true or lie. But it is a very challenging one. Nyangilia been a very good side, and probably headache to, that is, any other club that crosses their lane. So we're yet to see how this will be for them, because they have a tough encounter against Otamachaku, who are also looking forward to see that they want qualification this season. But I can tell you, in that group, there is a lot that you'll be expecting, because teams like Nebi Central are running away. Teams like Kuluva are trying to push very, very hard. In case Kuluva wins their game today at hand, they will only be 3 points shy the team of Nebi Central. That means they will be equal in the points of the league. So it's a very tight one. Then you have Paida United, that is also at number 3, trying to push very hard to see that they really need to achieve whatever that will be in there. So it's a very big thing we're talking about. But that game is going to be a tough one, because Otamachaku is a good side, and at Divine Palace, they have not lost to any regional league team, I can confirm to you. And then Nyangilia is also coming with a mindset of that, yeah, we can still do this and we can still achieve something. So they will be looking forward to see that they want to get to that is the best. So we're waiting to see how that will be, but it's going to be a tough game. according to what I'm seeing right from here. And that is where now I will want to bring in and add in more probably from the two coaches. How are they working out ahead of this game? I tried reaching several times the coach, Lolo Viper, who has been always the coach of Dramachako Football Club, but it seems he's so busy with his team, Dramachako, and couldn't make it here. But I will still put more effort to see that this works out. Then there's Team Padea Rising, that's Rising Star and Nile Hippos. This game will be at Wembley Stadium in Padea, where you'll be expecting a very big encounter between, that is the team of Padea and the team of Nile Hippos. Nile Hippos comes from Madi Okolo in the lower Madi, and they have been also a good entrance, new entrance, but doing very well, trying to see that they get themselves against such sides in their Padea Rising. Is also another team that has been this in the regional, comes back, and they're also trying to see that this is the time they have to put things work out for them. So we're waiting to see how this works out. How does it push? What exactly can it bring on board? A lot of things that you could be expecting. Now, a new entrant of Parombo Mission and Arua Airfield will also be taking place. That is going to be action-packed at Alengo Stadium, where, of course, the home of Parombo Mission lies. And we shall be expecting, of course, tough decisions, tough challenges that will be coming right there. So a lot that we shall be expecting, but it's going to be a very big game because Parombo Mission are going to be home, but Arua Airfield are also looking forward to see that they need to go away from where they belong. Where they are, and move to where they belong. So it's going to be a tough encounter. You have Ajuman Town Council against Haraka Football Club. This game will be at the Paridi Stadium in Germany, and this game has a lot of expectations because Ajuman Town Council has been a very, very good side this season. They have really pushed, trying to press in there. If you even look at their logs, you will see that they are doing a very good job. So we shall be expecting to see that Germany either collects maximum point or even share the points with Haraka Football Club. That is my prediction. It will be, the worst will be that. And then Okokoro United will also be tussling it out against Kochi Urban, a game that will be at Alivu Primary School grounds. And then Paida United will be taking on Nebi Central. That game will be at Kings Stadium, Chana. Yes, this is a game that will be right there. Young African Stars will be taking on Kuluva Rainbow. That game is going to be at Bar Omach, and that game is going to be for a Sunday. So Sunday, all roads will be at, that is the home of course, the home of Pakwach Youngsters in Bar Omach. So we shall be there. We shall be there. Pakwach, we are coming. I want to assure you that I will be there. To see that we see how things will be, because these are two good teams that are going to be tussling it out right there. Tipsha Football Club will also be having a game against Koboko Rising. That game will be at St. Charles Luanga, and this is going to be a derby that you could talk about, Koboko Derby. And then Total will be welcoming Team Barakala at Swinga Stadium. All this shall be played in the next, in fact this week, from Friday up to Sunday. So expect a very big encounter in the regional league. Now let me leave that there and come to the Real Star Awards that also went on there. Now normally it's a company called the Fortbet that gives the awards, and the Young Star picked this time round. They have picked a total of 12 wickets that have, they have picked awards for different people, but of course a lot of names have come through. One of them is the man who has been a very good in cricket. But before that, the organizers of this monthly awards are called, just like I said, the Fortbet Real Star Awards. In fact, that's how the name has been now branded to. And the award have confirmed the winner of the month. And below, yeah, there's Juma Miyaji, who won, that is the cricket's February accolade award, of course, overcoming, that is Henry Senyondo, and Ravgav Dawan, who has also been very good in display, but still they couldn't match his level. And why him is the question everyone will be asking. Now, the fast pace bowler is one name that you could talk about, because he led Uganda to another unbeaten strike in the second round of just, I should say, the concluded ICC Challenge Leagues, the League B, yes, League B that has been there. And that is the Cricket World Cup qualifiers in Hong Kong. He has been so outstanding, and he has also standout bowler. He is also the standout bowler for that is the Uganda Cricket Cranes in that is Hong Kong during his ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Challenge League. In that is the League B. You did see him in February 2025. He had a very good performance in there. Miyagi was also, by the way, named as the match was named that the player of the match. Yeah, that is after he had gotten himself into a good position with the 6 wickets for, of course, 17 runs in 8.1 overs against that is his in fact against the neighbors Tanzania that went in there. So he really deserved this, because the youngster, if you look at what he did, he also picked a total of around 12 wickets that came through, and the most in that is the tournament from 123 balls that came through right there. So this gives him an upper hand. 6 against Tanzania from that is 17 balls, 4 against Baran. From that is 52 balls, and 2 against Hong Kong. From that is the 54 balls that came in there. So Jen Asinde is one name that also got an accolade, by the way. This one for her, she won the basketball player of the month of February, beating, of course, Sheila Lalmunu and, of course, John Deng Gale over that is the Ongong. Yeah, now that gong went to her after, of course, she did a lot of things. Now, what does she have? Asinde was, of course, voted as the MVP. Yeah, MVP of that is the IBF. You can talk about the FIBA. So you can talk about the FIBA, and then you have this moment when he won, of course, the Afro Basketball qualifiers. And then you did see she also led the Uganda Gazelles to that is 74-63 victories over Egypt in that is the final. She had every effort to make sure that this works out. Asinde averaged 18.8 points per that is the database here in the game, including 19 points in that is the final, and also averaged that is 10 rebounds and 4.8 assists per game. So that gives her, of course, an upper hand to see that she deserves that. She deserves that. But at the same time, I can tell you, if you highlight her scores of that is the qualifiers, she was 28 points against that is South Sudan. So it gives you a very big one. So that is one thing that has gone in there. Let's look at who was that key player in that is the football. If you look at here in football, Lugazi FC midfielder Abdul Kalanzi, yes, clinched that gong himself with the 4 goals in the 4 matches that he has played. So Abdul Kalanzi is the man who received the award. Yes, the award. A monthly award. So that is what exactly it means. That means 2 from that is the Uganda Premier League and 2 from the Uganda Cup that he scored meant a lot for him. But he beat Vipers Alan Okello and Chitara FC's Patrick Henry Kadu, who have been right there. That means he has been outstanding and, of course, so phenomenal. Scoring 4 consecutive goals is not an easy thing. But his side, Lugazi, is currently 11th on the log, I can tell you, in the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, and also progressed in to that is the round of 16 of the Uganda Cup after, of course, beating Calvary Football Club, if you remember, 2-0, and Kalanzi was also on that is the score sheet yet again. So the monthly award has gone, and that's what I just wanted to tip you off of the monthly awards. How, of course, it went on right there, how things are going on. Now, people are looking into how do they get to the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, and others are looking into how to maintain themselves into the StarTimes Uganda Premier League. Allow me to take you to the StarTimes Uganda Premier League, where Sports Club Villa is set to return to Wankulukuku very, very soon ahead of this game. And probably, when I say soon, can even mean now. So now, as we talk, the Uganda champions, or the Uganda Premier League champions, Sports Club Villa themselves, will have this action coming in there. According to Sports Club Villa socials, the game has been rescheduled. Yeah, it was supposed to be soon on Saturday, but the game has been rescheduled. A fixture of that is Sunday. To Sunday from Saturday, because it was supposed to be a Saturday game, but the game was earlier slotted. Was earlier communicated that it is going to be a change in that because because Uganda national team under 17 will be in action. Yeah, they will be in action to play. That is, they will be in action to play in the under 17 women's AFCON. So they will be hosting Kenya in the under 17 qualifiers at Nachivubo. So Nachivubo is also being used by Sports Club Villa. So that means they can't use the same thing at the same time. Their game had to be pushed to Sunday from Saturday. For those who are fans of Sports Club Villa, maybe you're fans, you wanted to see something, yes, that game has been pushed, and the 17 times Uganda Premier League champions will have to be very, very good, and have hosted, of course, the previous two games at Maroons Prisons ground, and then URA and Express, since Wankulukuku was under renovation. But after that renovation, they are now back into this. So we're expecting a lot that will be coming, and it is unclear whether the Jogos will continue using the facility as their home venue for their remaining games, but the possibility is there in that is the Uganda Cup. Meanwhile, you look at Sports Club Villa, who are unbeaten at home this term, winning 6 and drawing 3, and that is the 9 games. So they have hosted Villa, and Sports Club Villa right now will have to aim high to see that they get in their 8th on the log. Means very, very big, very, very big. That is one. Then there is also Bull that will host, of course, Chitara at Nachivubo. Yes, that's also another one. Now, Bull FC have confirmed the Ham Stadium as their venue. They are to use to host Chitara on Thursday, which is going to be a very big game tomorrow. So they even host their round of 32 tie with Bugoigoi Leopards that is the Gaddafi Arena. But this time around, they have chosen to see that they need to come to this is Ham's Nachivubo Stadium, and Bull FC used their official media platforms also still yet again to see that they gave this information to the public about how they are going to be using. So it's a very big one, and this is how it read. We are writing to inform you that due to ongoing renovation at that is the FUFA Technical Center in Njeru, Bull will host the upcoming Star Times Uganda Premier League against Chitara at Hamza Stadium Nachivubo on a 6th March 2025 at 7 p.m. This change is necessary to ensure a stable, a sustainable and a suitable, a suitable venue for the match. Now, this is one big, so they also apologized for any inconvenience caused at this moment, but this may not cause, this may have caused, and we appreciate your understanding. So, we are committed to returning to FUFA Technical Center in Njeru as soon as renovations are done. That was their statement. So that is a very big one. The first round fixtures between the two-sided, if you look at Chitara and Bull, and the 3-1 in favor of Bull, and the Eastern Giants are currently third on. That is the log of the Star Times Uganda Premier League with 29 points, and they are looking forward to see that they can hammer or humiliate Chitara, who is, of course, 28 points are right there. So let's wait and see how this shall be ending rightly, but it's still a very, very challenging moment in their dressing room. So they want to look into how do we put this workout. Yeah, how do we put it workout? And that is one thing that the team of Bull Football Club is looking into. Before I get to other things, there are also very many other games that are coming, or very many other moments that are coming in there. One of them is the story about the Victoria Pearls in the cricket world. Now, Victoria Pearls are set to host 3 nations in the Women's Day Cup that will be taking place. Now, the Women's Day Cup will be a very big one. There's teams like Nepal, of Namibia, Hong Kong, and Uganda itself will be right there at Lakeside Oval in Entebbe. This is set to start on 7th to 16th. So it's a very big one that will be coming. And if you look at what exactly is happening, Uganda has had an opportunity to play against all these sides in their way. But the Victoria Pearl visited Nepal in 2022 and faced off, of course, with Hong Kong during that is the Capricorn series that also took place in 2023. Very big one. Just and then there's Namibia. There's also Namibia. Namibia and Uganda have also clashed on, of course, numerous occasions. If you look at what I'm seeing here, that is the African continent as they chase supremacy, that is the continent India. So Uganda will be chasing for, chasing ranking points. As they will really be, especially pushing harder, especially while they are playing against the higher ranked Namibia, who while of course making sure they also don't lose to the lower rank teams in there, like Nepal, like Hong Kong, as of course the tournament has been granted the T20I. That will be coming right there. That's the status, and the races will be taking part, and the stake for all the teams will be right there. That means the Victoria Pearls will be chasing return to the Global T20 World Cup qualifiers later in the year, and this series will be giving them a technical team of course Deos Muhumuza and Brian Masaba, who of course have the chance to look at their player combinations right there. So we're looking at how this will be, but of course the Victoria Pearls also, just like I did say, there will be those coaches in there, but still will be led by Janet Mbabazi, with of course Patricia Malemika and Irene Mutoni as the new additions. That is the places of Gloria Obukoro and Evelyn Anyipo, and then Mutoni makes her senior debut for the Victoria Pearls after impressing for the baby Victoria Pearls that she had been in there. So cricket has been also very good, but the changes have also been coming, just like I've given you the squad in there. So let me give you the squad. The Victoria Pearls squad has names like the lady I've just talked about, Janet Mbabazi. You have Konsi Aweko. You have Kevin Awino. You have Immaculate Natisui. You have Stephanie Nampina, and then you have Rita Musamari. You have Sarah Akiteng, yeah, and then you have Fiona Kulum, and not forgetting, of course, Malis Ariokot, Irene Mutoni, Patricia Malemikia, and Proskovia Alako. Not forgetting Sarah Walanza and Esther Loko, who are all right there. The games, this is how the team's arrangement has been. Arrival will be from 6th, and on 8th March, you'll be seeing Uganda women versus, of course, the Hong Kong women. That game will be at 10 a.m. Then you have in the evening, in fact, afternoon, Namibia women taking on Nepal women at 2 p.m. And then you will be having on 9th, Nepal women's taking on Uganda women at 10 a.m. Then 2 p.m. you have Hong Kong women taking on Namibia at 2 p.m. Uganda women will be taking on Namibia on 10th at 10 a.m. Then Nepal women will be taking on Hong Kong at 2 p.m. Whereas 11th is the resting day. Nepal women's then will be taking on Namibia at 10 a.m. on that is 12th. Whereas Hong Kong women will be taking on Uganda at that is 2 p.m. on 13th. Whereas you have Hong Kong taking on Nepal at 10 a.m. Namibia women taking on Uganda at 2 p.m. Then there's a rest on 15th. Whereas on 16th, third and playoff, or third will be taking on 4th. That is the third place. Then of course at 10 a.m. in the evening, you have the final of number 1 and number 2. Tussle get out right there. That's how exactly I can give you the breakdown of how the cricket team is going on right there. Now let me take you through also to the basketball, where of course a lot of things are happening. Somet Basketball Club has also club takes over, of course, one slot, the names of Savior's slot in NBL. a very, very big challenge right there. Now, of course, Somet Basketball has officially taken over. That is Xavier's slot in the national basketball in there. Why? The development was confirmed, of course, in an official statement that was released by, that is, Somet Basketball on Wednesday, March 5th, and this is how it read. But this is how it reads for now. We are thrilled to announce that after successfully discussing with our Xavier, our Xavier club, the statement read, Somete basketball club will be stepping in to take their place in the National Basketball League starting this upcoming season. This move comes despite Somete's elimination by Uganda Martyrs University Flames in the 2024 FUFA Division 1 quarter finals. But the acquisition marks the end of our Xavier's time in NBL, as the club had been up for sale. Somete has now successfully sealed the deal and securing their place in, that is, the top tier. So, however, this transition presents a significant challenge for Somet, and as you look at this, it will be a very, very big one, as they will, of course, now have to compete at a higher level rather than in Division 2, which is not a very big one. You have to do that transition from there to here, and it's going to be a very big one. So they have bought it by Somete, but still, challenge is that how do they do the transition? So to meet the demands and standards of, that is, the National Basketball League, the club will, of course, need to strengthen its roster as the its roster as well as the technical team to see that they get in there. So in this statement, Somete emphasized that this move aligns with, of course, their vision and commitment to growth. So we shall be expecting to see a very good side, whether they can achieve whatever they have laid in right there. So we are waiting to see what comes through in there. Before I get for a break, I want to say that APR outclashed police. That is Rwanda's top clash affairs yesterday, zone versus championship. That's what we shall be coming to talk about, and that's where we shall be starting from when we come back from the break. I'll be giving you in depth what exactly has happened. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
In the dance of shadows and light lies the heart of Uganda's resilience amidst the challenges of the night, where innovation meets necessity and education refuses to be dimmed, where connection thrives in the absence of power. Embrace the power of the sun with StarTime's solar range of solutions. And empower your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. StarTime Solar. Power your life.
It's time to break free with Azam TV.
Grab yourself a full kit at 80,000 shillings or an Azam decoder at 40,000 shillings. Experience the thrill of every goal in La Liga, Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga, and the excitement of live sports action from the Saudi Pro League and Carabao Cup on Azam Plus and Play Package in HD. Your favorite China Uganda movies on Chamuka TV on Azam Pure for just 13,000 shillings monthly. Unlock a world of sports and entertainment with Azam TV, the most affordable pay TV around. Visit any of our agents or call 0312-308-900 for more details.
Azam TV, entertainment for everybody.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
All right, welcome back from that break. Still Whistle Time live on your screens, and interesting story still that we left you with. Now, of course, if you look at how we stopped this show, looks into how APRA had overcome, of course, Police Football Club that is in Rwanda, and a lot of things that probably came through India. Now, of course, the men's volleyball was very big on the volleyball club. And Police were, of course, the best clubs you can talk about in the just concluded, of course, KAVB that has been going on. So the Zone 5 clubs, the Zone versus the championship was one big thing that you could be talking about. But this time around, they have done it well in a way that very many could not think about. So yeah, it was interesting, and they achieved whatever they really wanted to achieve. But all in all, I want us to go away from there and get to, that is the Champions League encounter that was taking place, that has taken place yesterday, and that is yet to take place tonight right here. And out of that, I want us to start with how, of course, it happened into that is the home of the Philips Stadium. That is the home of PSV. Yesterday, Arsenal had a sensational, of course, 7-1 victory. That is this Philips Stadium against PSV in, of course, the Champions League round of 16. That means Arsenal have now a leapfrog, 1 foot ahead. And that gives them a very big one. Now, the Gunners went into the break with a 3-1 win against, that is PSV Eindhoven. Of course, in that lead where Merino was on score sheet. And then, of course, Nwaneri was also onto the score sheet. Whereas the opener was by, that is Timba, who, of course, had a very good strike against, that is the team. So this makes Arsenal, of course, look at very big one, and the leg or the lung pulled out one back late in the half, but still couldn't change anything for Arsenal Football Club yet again. So they still moved on. But of course, outstanding performance from Martin Odegaard, the star player of Team Arsenal, the captain, and he had to put a lot of things. Trossard also came onto the score sheet for this, finding the back of the net. Then you had names that really needed to put, because Trossard had to come in, Merino came in, you had Urine Timber, Calafiori also had to come into the score sheet, and a very interesting moment for the teams right there. Now, of course, what do we look into? Does this make Arsenal, of course, have a very big chance of pushing it up to the finals? We're yet to see, because it's one thing, Arsenal has never won the Champions League ever since in their career. I remember the last time was Barcelona ejecting them when they reached up to there. Now, can they push up to the finals and see whether they have the chance to win the Champions League ever? I don't know what exactly will happen in case Arsenal wins the Champions League for the first time in there. Of course, it would be a very, very big one. But, of course, it's also very important to see that such a thing happens, because staying for all this while, chasing after Premier League, something that is not working out. You've looked for every other thing, it's not working out. So what next? Next is just to make sure that you concentrate on one thing and maybe win it, and that is what we are looking into. So Arsenal is looking into seeing that they at least achieve something. But I loved the performance yesterday. They had enough good display. All the players were in place to see that they really needed to achieve something. They pushed, worked hard, and indeed they have gotten themselves right there. So it's a very, very big one. Real Madrid end the first leg of also their Champions League last 16 tie yesterday. Of course, next week they will be traveling away. But yesterday Real Madrid was home at that is Santiago Bernabeu to see that they beat team Atletico Madrid by 2-1. Early goal in the around 3 minutes by Rodrigo, who was assisted by Valverde, and that was a very interesting game for the team after they had a very, very great performance. Though Camavinga was not, to me, in the game, but his game was lacking a bit. But you look at Tchouaméni were outstanding. Get more trophies. For that is the UEFA Champions League trophies. Of course, for that is the team of Real Madrid, making him, of course, to make another name yet in there. So we are waiting to see how the second round will be ending, because it's going to be a tough game to talk about as well. Not only that, but there are other games that were also played. But those were the key important game, because Borussia Dortmund game, I can see here, was also a draw that, of course, no one could be wanting to hear about yesterday, having draws and here and there. But that was how it happened yesterday. So we shall be waiting to see how this pushes in there. What about today? Are there games? Yes, of course, there are games that will be coming in a very big manner. After, of course, a big preview that you could be talking about, because a team like PSG will be tussling it out today. So it's a very big one. For that is the man to see how things work out. Luis Enrique will be looking to see that he guides the team very, very well. They have gotten a good record against Arsenal. So, I mean, against Liverpool, they have so far played twice, and each have won once, at least for any other team. So, Liverpool has ever won, and also the team of PSG has ever won. The first one was a first leg where they won 2-1. Liverpool came and beat them 3-2. On that is the other side. It was 2018. So, it's so big. Where you could be seeing the match converted European continued with, of course, this very big one. There's no Messi, there's no Kylian Mbappe, there's no Neymar this time round in this team. But what about Ancelotti and his team? What will they do? Because it's going to be a very big one. So can we see them have chances? In all competition, the two sides have been very good. All competition, PSG has gotten a very good record. But if you look at all competition for Liverpool, they've lost only once in that. But in their head-to-head, the two sides are very good side. But in the current form, the two sides, I can tell you, have gotten good forms right there. Having come through in that is their trend thing of Lille, in that is the game. Of course, that is, I'm talking about PSG. I remember 4 goals, and Liverpool, for them, they beat the team Newcastle United by 2-0 in that is their previous games. Wednesday, the other one was on Saturday, so they are looking at a very big one. But of course, a handful alteration from that is the trend over, that is the doubts that will be coming in there. Vitina, William Pecho, Vicha, and then of course Marquinhos is set to, of course, be a milestone appearance that will be coming right there. A couple of names that you could be seeing. So what would that be? Because Mohamed Salah will be bidding to extend all-time Champions League record. He's available for the team. Connie Bradley has a hamstring. Joe Gomez has a hamstring. Taylor Morton. But the rest of the players are very okay. So already on course for that is the greatest individual Premier League ever. I can tell you, Salah is the man to watch this time. At 32, he has been involved in 20 goals from that is the from 30 UEFA Champions League knockout matches. more than any other African player. I talk about Samuel Eto'o, talk about Didier Drogba. No, he has been a very big one and has managed so far 19 of this. So what can we do and how will this mean for them? So it's a very big one and we're expecting a lot of challenge. And how do you expect this game to end? I see Liverpool having the upper hand still in this game. Can they achieve whatever they want to achieve? Yes, is the question that we shall be wanting to see in there. And I can tell you Benfica also has a game, by the way, against the team of Barcelona today. Barcelona will be having Benfica, and then Bayern Munich will be taking on Bayer Leverkusen. Feyenoord will be taking on Inter Milan, or Internacional for those who would love to call it. All these games will be on action today, and that is one big thing that you can be talking about. Now, the long overdue, another slice of that is the European Sundom, is the 10 years reflection. After 10 years, there has been the most recent run Champions League glory that you could be talking about. So Barcelona fans could also be forgiven already how things have been, but they are looking into seeing how this works out. Hans Flick is looking to see that he really needs to achieve this and make sure things work out. So can they do this? We are looking into how Barcelona will be setting up. They have been in a very fine form, looking at how their team has been. But do they have names? Yes, the Golden Boy would have, of course, started against Real Sociedad. I'm talking about Gavi, but had not been, of course, struck down by that is an illness that was in there, so they will be missing him. However, Andres Christensen also has suffered a new calf injury, so he will not be able. You have names like Mark Banel and Marc-André ter Stegen, both also on that is the way back serious knees. But Robert Lewandowski, Yamal Lamil, of course, in that is the foursome front three, they will be able to see that they take in there. And then Rafinha is also chasing down a national record. So 12 goals, direct goals involvement, in that is the 2024-2025. That's a good record that he will be looking into. But elsewhere, you'll be seeing that Frontina joined the man by the names of Alexandre Ba, who is going to be out injured for that is the other side. And then you have Manu Silva, Thiago, of course, Angel Di Maria, and then Bruno are all one names that you could be expecting back from. That is the 3-game ban that has been carried in there. So a tough game between Benfica and Barcelona, but Barcelona looks to be the best that could achieve out of these games right there. So those are some of the games that are coming right there. But in other stories, I can tell you Liverpool have been have reportedly been quoted a price tag of 41 million for Wolfsburg centre back Konstantino, of course, Kulerakis, whom they are chasing, and of course who is wanted by Aston Villa also, and Crystal Palace, because they are looking at anytime Virgil van Dijk, their captain, could also be paving way to see that he moves to another place. So, and the age is also going higher, so they are looking at replacement probably to come in and see what exactly that will be. But at the same time, what exactly is also happening is that at Manchester United, they're also looking at discussing a new contracts right now. As I talk, they are looking at of course, talking to Kobbie Mainoo, who wanted who was wanted in January by Chelsea and the rest. So they are discussing a new contract right now. Mainoo's future is still at that, but he's out injured and he is not going to be into the team yet either. So top stories, those are some of the top stories are coming in right there, and I can tell you this is also where I will be stopping for today, as we shall be summarizing more tomorrow. That is the whistle time 2 to of course 3, and we also have 3 that has a movie hour that will be coming right there, so that you enjoy whatever that comes throughout that. So it's a blessed day. Of course, very many are talking about Ash Wednesday. And what do you know about Ash Wednesday? Today, very many have gone to church, had their moments in there. Are you trying to say that you are also going to be part of that? Yes, of course, you can. And that is where I will want to stop for tonight. But all in all, let's catch up again tomorrow. Good afternoon.